Hi, it's Alexis. Welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to explain you the 3 steps you can follow, you have to follow, not you can, you have to follow, in order to revive the feelings of your ex. You might be in a situation where you just broke up and your ex told you, I don't love you anymore, I don't have feelings. And it's a problem that I have amongst 95% of my clients. And they always tell me, well, what if those feelings were back? Would be so much easier. So in this video, I'm going to explain you how to do to revive those feelings. Before I start, just to remind you, there's a quiz, an assessment to assess the chances you have to get back with your ex. There's a little triangle. If you'll watch the video on your phone, just click there and you'll see there's a link. It's totally free. It's we've done it with psychologists. It's a bit geeky, so you have a score at the end, and it will basically tell you the chances you get you have to get back with your ex. I'm struggling with that, but you get me. So just look at that. It's totally free. It takes 3 minutes to complete. But let's get started. 3 steps. The first step, or the first thing you need to acknowledge. So you just broke up. Your ex told you, I don't love you anymore. I have no feeling. So it's very common to hear that. And the good news is that when people tell you that, they lie. And I've actually did a video on this. This is the big lie of breakups. People never mean this, because in reality, when you're in a relationship, you don't stop loving someone from one day to another. It doesn't work like that. And I would argue, maybe because I'm French and I'm a romantic person, that love never really disappears. Okay, so you still have feelings. From one day to another, there's nothing that would disappear. So when they say that, and why they say that, if they don't mean it, it's because it's the best tactic, it's the best smoking mirror to basically be quiet. So they say, I don't have feelings for you anymore. How can you argue against that? You can't say like, okay, no, show me your heart. I'm gonna look at it and prove that you're wrong. No, if someone tells you have no feeling, you can't really say anything against that. And they use that because it's some sort of the silver bullet of people who break up with their boyfriend or girlfriend. But in reality, what they mean is that I still love you, but I can't live with you. I still love you, but there are things in the couple that don't work and that make me suffer. Right? So there's still feelings. You have to acknowledge that. The reason they say that is just because they want to protect themselves and they want to have space. So they want to have space. Remember, it's something I mentioned a lot. Radio silence. After a breakup, you just don't want to be on their back. Leave some time and space for them to reflect, for you to reflect, in order for you to go after them at the right time. And that comes to my second point. The second step is to really respect the rhythm of the couple, or the rhythm of the seduction. So now you're single. Your job is to seduce your ex. You want to get to start fresh, like you were dating for the first time. And so what you want to avoid is to be too pushy. You don't want to be the one sending 20 messages and having just one reply. You don't want to be the person leaving voicemail, posting things on Facebook constantly and have no response. So you want to leave that space to your ex. And remember, always see the seduction as a dance, as a salsa dance. There's one step forward, one step backward, one step forward, one step backward. And you have to really respect that rhythm, because if there is an imbalance, you will be perceived as too pushy, and pushy is not sexy. Okay? So always try to be subtle, and if you see that it doesn't work, you're pushing but there's no response, you just pause, you just stop. You stop completely, and it could be scary. You stop completely and you re-engage a few days later. If you actually struggle with that technique, please feel free to get in touch. There's a link in the description. You can have 30 minutes call with me. It's totally free. let's have a chat and I'll explain you how it could work for you. We can tailor together this approach, this radio silence. We can design it together. You'll see it's gonna work. Anyway, so respect the rhythm, very important, because otherwise you wouldn't be perceived as attractive, and that's what you want to be. You want to be an attractive person. Also, the thing you can also remember is to be cocky and funny. So if you give your ex a compliment, like, oh, you're, it's gonna be silly, oh, I love your dress, it's really nice. That's really a nice compliment, but you add, yeah, you don't realize that you just gained 5 kilos. It's awful, but just to give you an example of how to be, you give one and you take one back. And you always keep that in balance, because otherwise you're too keen, and too keen is not sexy. Okay? Second thing, very important, is you have to tell and you have to understand that you understood why they took that decision. Just say, I understand why you say that I was like this, or why you perceive that I was like this. I understand why you took that decision. Really use that time to reflect and understand, but also mean it. Not just saying, because I see a lot of my clients say, yeah, I understand, like, yeah, it's fine, I'm gonna change, it's okay. No. You have to truly mean it. You have to truly work on the things that was wrong with you, because you remember there's 50% of the couple, it's you. So there's 50% that was, doing something wrong or something incompatible with your ex. So work on this, use that time to work on this, and explain, be very transparent, say like, okay, I screwed up, I understand, I've worked on this and that, and I'm ready to move on. Don't fall into explanations, don't fall into arguments, work on yourself, fix what is broken. Third point is, and it's a bit a cheeky one, is to really cast doubt in your ex's mind. So maybe you had this breakup is a result of a heated argument or something that escalated, and just you have to let them understand that the reason of this breakup is the context more than the structural. So, I said that because, I don't know, I really had a bad night, I had an argument with my boss, I had a difficult conversation with my mom, whatever. But if you cast doubt and explain in a very subtle way that actually your problem or this event that triggered the breakup was more in terms of the context, more than structurally, i.e. you're not meant to be together, then your ex will realize, okay, maybe actually there's a misconception, I didn't perceive the situation in the right way, and will start to shift their mind and acknowledge that actually something we can fix, right? So the 3 steps. First step is to really respect the attraction law. Don't be too pushy, don't be too needy. Second thing is to really understand, use that time to understand. And the third thing is to, cast doubt in your ex's mind. So with all these steps, I can guarantee you that you'll be in a better position to have those feelings in your ex's mind back, raising days after day, and you will be in a better position to get back with him or her. Again, if you have any questions, if you have anything, please feel free to get in touch. Also, I'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions. So leave comments. I will reply personally. I'll try to reply within 24 hours, but post your comments and I will get back to you. I'll see you next time. Ciao.